Wisdom Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in and for choosing to spend some of your time with me. I'm Milagros, and this is a space I like to carve out on the interweb to share tips, tools, techniques, nuggets, antidotes to help us when we internalize and integrate these things can help us get to new levels of awareness, new levels of decisions, new levels of action that will help us create healthier and happier lives, because ultimately that is the goal, right? So this month I'm talking about peace and different ways that we can access, maintain, cultivate peace in our lives. Because it is really important to remember that all things begin and end here. When we are in a peaceful state, we operate differently. When we are in a place that feels congested, convoluted, and like this crisis happening all the time, again, we operate very differently. So how can we get back to a place of peace? This week in particular, I want to talk about the idea. It's not an idea. I want to talk about acceptance. I want to talk about acceptance and accepting what is and how so much peace is available in acceptance. Let me explain. Rather than creating a story based on our fears and or sometimes our desires of what isn't real. We create these stories that aren't real, and then we get mad that they didn't pan out, or we get mad that it didn't happen exactly the way we wanted it to, or we make up a whole story about what it means, rather than do that, which creates both overwhelm and discord internally and externally, which is the opposite of peace, right? We can practice seeing things for what they are, seeing people for who they are, and seeing a moment for what it is. So I have two quick stories. The first is I was in the class. I was in the fitness studio getting ready, setting up this obstacle course thing that we kind of do. And I was setting it up. And when I pulled the mats off of the wall, I did it with such fervor that it hit the trash barrel, and the trash barrel fell over and kind of had a spill. And I just chuckled, laid out the mats, and my intent was to go over and to pick up the trash barrel. And this woman who was in the room with the best intention said, from a place of programming, said, well, I guess it's going to be that kind of day. And my response to her was, no, it's not. That was a moment. That was a moment that actually provided a little comic relief. That was just a moment. It does not have to impact the entirety of our day. We have a tendency to do that, where we've been programmed and we rehearse it and we're really good at it, saying that moment means all of this. No, it doesn't have to. And by not making it mean all of this and just honoring it for what it is, it's a moment. I whipped those mats off of the wall, and they hit that trash barrel, and the trash barrel fell over, and I'm going to pick it up. That's it. It's a moment. It's not an implication of the day, right? Honoring the moment. Peace. So she ended up going over and picked it up, and I thanked her for that, for helping me out. And what that provided was a moment of community. It provided a moment of me rooting into my peace and her learning something new, because I literally said that out loud. It provided a moment for her to help. It provided a moment for me to be willing to accept help, right? It was just those are just some moments, and they don't have to have these massive implications. The other story in terms of acceptance, and this one a lot of people find really hard only because they are so well programmed and rehearsed at telling a different story. It's this. There's this guy that I know, and everything is about money with him. Literally everything. When it comes to choosing money over people, it's money. When it comes to choosing money over, someone's feelings, it's money. When it comes to choosing money over, I don't know, name it. It's money, right? And I recognize he has potential. I made this video about potential and patterns. And if you watch that video, that's also going to help you root into your peace. So I recognize he has the potential to be this amazing human when money's not involved. But the second money gets involved, you do not exist. It's about money, right? I know that this is his pattern. I know this about him. And a couple of weeks ago, I found myself getting really frustrated that it was about money again. And my spirit was like, are you not paying attention? Because you're smarter than that. And I'm like, excuse you? And she was like, accept him for who he is. Have you ever known him to put money beneath anything else? And I was like, no. And my spirit said, then accept it and stop trying to create a story that isn't real, that's making you frustrated. That's who he is right now. So then we had another interaction shortly thereafterward, and I felt it, and it was like, this is who he is. I'm not even gonna get mad. This is who he is. I'm gonna keep it short. I'm gonna keep it brief. I'm gonna keep it quick, because for me, that disconnect from humanity for money, it's like painful for me, right? But that's my stuff. That's my stuff. And so I was like, you know what? That's who he is. I'm not even gonna get mad anymore, because that's who he is, and I accept it. Not saying he doesn't have potential. I'm saying I accept it because my peace is not worth it to try and change the story about who he has shown himself to be consistently. He is consistently showing me who he is. I believe him. I believe him. Peace. So those are the two stories that I share as like examples and reminders that when we accept the moment for what it is, we accept things for what they are, we accept people for who they are, not the stories that we make up. We really look at it and say, yep, I see you, I get it. I'm going to hold the potential, I'm going to hold the dream, I'm going to hold the whatever lightly, but I'm not going to stress myself and frustrate myself and overwhelm myself trying to change that or creating something out of that isn't real. Peace. Whoo, ciao. Living in the moment, being more mindful, being more aware, paying attention, acceptance. That's what I have for you this week. I hope that this was helpful. If you know someone who can benefit from it, please share it. If you haven't already, get your booty over to my website, www.mariamilagros.net. Sign up for my weekly newsletter. You'll get this video plus any updates of public talks that I'm giving and any discounts on coaching or any other services. Also, you can follow me on Instagram or TikTok for little 1-minute nuggets that I be dropping on a regular. Yeah, I did. That I do. Like if I think of it and I just had a coaching session, or it's something that pops into my head, or I just had a conversation, I'm like, ooh, this is good. I'm going to share this out. So little 1-minute nuggets available on Instagram and Twitter. Not Twitter, TikTok. So follow me there if you haven't already. Maria Mila Vazquez, just like the handle here at YouTube. That's all I have for you. I'm sending you peace and love and joy and happiness and light, because you are deserving and worthy. My suggestion is to accept. And then from that more peaceful place, make decisions from that place and move forward from that place. All right, that's all I got. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.